Hello everybody, welcome back. So, Monday morning looks okay. So far so good actually. In fact, it looks pretty good. I'm not going to lie, it looks very good. And with this, I might as well talk about XRP because Bitcoin's up. And look, I keep telling you, and I'll just say it one more time. I'll say it one last time, okay? The whole market trends as one. XRP might move, so might, every other coin might move up. They might have great setups, amazing setups, but when Bitcoin hits a resistance, should expect a rejection. That's what resistances are. Resistances are areas where rejection is likely. And Bitcoin is moving into one of those areas. Remember what I said? 71,400 is this horizontal area. So just remember this, right? When Bitcoin comes to this area, expect a rejection. Doesn't mean we're going to come down to, zero. It also doesn't mean that we have to get rejected from it. It's a major area, all right, 71,500, and if it breaks out, excellent. It will be big. We'll be moving up towards probably quite close to 77,000. If we get rejected, I'd probably be looking for the bottom of the range again, 64, 65. That's all I'm saying. So let's just move into it, because some people don't recognize that. I know most people do, and anyone who's subscribed to this channel obviously knows that, because you're dialed in at this point. This channel isn't about hopium. This is about reading a chart and expecting reality, not hopium, right? So let's get stuck in. We've got XRP on the weekly. Nice close here. Second close in a row. A bit more convincing this time, above the 200 simple moving average. At this point, XRP is trending above all moving averages on a weekly. So with that, you should expect good things. We're hitting this major resistance, which is 61 cents, right? 61 cents. It's not a big deal, but it is a resistance. We're sandwiched between a major support and a major resistance. So let's take it down a notch to the daily term time frame. You don't get many of these at the moment, I can tell you that much. The golden crosses coming in, very, very, very likely to continue with this trajectory on the 200 simple and exponential. So the exponentials should get a golden cross around the 54 cent zone, probably even by tomorrow, certainly this week. Golden crosses love to be retested, just like death crosses like to get retested, which is, stuff that we've been seeing on other charts. This is why we were saying if we're going to get a bounce, you exit on the death cross retest. There's a V-chain move, bang, all the way up to a death cross retest, major rejection and consolidation. This is the opposite of that. So we're getting a golden cross, which is a very bullish scenario. You're going to get that cross over the next few days, wherever this little continuous pump takes us, maybe even up into the 67 cents could even happen as early as today, tomorrow. But at some point this week, this area is inviting a retest. So just remember that. If we see XRP go all the way up and then down, and then everyone's like, oh my God, how would that happen? It was so bullish. It had to go. No. It's an opportunity for you, okay? This is what trading is, all right? You look at a chart, you recognize a trend, you determine an area where you might want to take a position, and you wait and see if it materializes. If it doesn't, no big deal. It is what it is. You missed it, it's not a problem. If it does, excellent. You take the advantage. You've planned for it, you execute it, and hopefully it works. That's what trading is. It's not about hope or anything else other than this is a setup in the making. This is a bullish chart also currently. So that's what I'll be looking for. We're currently surfing above obviously all moving averages, but pushing this resistance. So if we do get rejected from here, maybe a staggered move down over the rest of the week, down to the golden cross would be great. If we pump up, then over the next couple of weeks, a retest of that, which currently sits around, like I say, 54 cents. Let's check a 4-hourly, shall we, on this massively bullish chart. So there's your golden cross, yet to be retested. If it were to pull back into the 200 exponential today, 54.5 cents. Okay, so we've got symmetry across time frames for major supports, and then the exponential down, the simple moving average down here just below 52 cents. Obviously, this is a 4-hourly, so these are going to move up, with every 4-hourly candle close. So this one's going to get higher and higher, as will this. So this would move into the 54 cents over the next couple of days. This will move. This is already above that. So around the 52 to 54 cent zone is major support if we were to get pulled back into those areas. We do have bearish divergence, but we are simmering a breakout. Well, we're already completing a breakout with momentum with the MACD. So I'd be looking for this to actually break out the momentum if you haven't already Got it on other oscillators like the money flow index has broken out, boosh, and again we're closing above the 0 point, histograms ticking up. So I think it's very likely that this resistance breaks and it takes us up to the 66 to 67 cent zone before we get another big pullback on this into the the mid 50s really. So let's have a look at the Bitcoin pair, the XRP to BTC, because we've determined a few weeks ago that this is a change behavior. We can see the change behavior still. So above the 20 weekly, still above the 20 weekly, 21 exponential resistance each time, including so far this week. So that's what we're looking at there, resistance on the 21 exponential, which is, it's fine. If we were to pull back to the full extent, we'll be looking to see 809 sats as a major support. Daily, currently sitting at a major support already. And again, just as we said, all that time ago, I said if we're going to get a move, we're going to get one based on this pump signal that's generated at 800 sats. We're going to push all the way up towards 1,000 sats, basically the 200 exponential, which is where we got rejection. We had another one of those a few days back, another rejection. The chart, XRP, is responding to all of these setups and signals. So, I'm not here to say that XRP is going to make you a millionaire, but what I have been saying and what I'm going to continue to say is that at the moment it's responding very well and it's presenting in a bullish way, and the proof is in the pudding. We make these videos probably about once a week now as a recap of the video on the previous week, and every single time XRP has managed to fulfill the targets and meet expectations based on the signals that we've looked at. So XRP is still presenting as one of the best charts in crypto. I'm not saying it is the best chart in crypto. I keep saying that we've got stuff like Pepe is a really good chart. Some of those shit coins have good charts. What else has a good chart? Obviously Solana's got a good chart. There's charts out there which are good charts, but the vast majority of altcoins look like VeChain, which I'm not saying is a bad chart. We traded this to here. We had a great time doing it, but this isn't a bullish chart at the moment. For on the higher term time frames, to expect a continuous trend, to expect a big massive move that's likely to outperform Bitcoin, this chart isn't doing it, and this chart is more or less like all the other charts. Doesn't mean that this isn't a good area to buy for the long term. This isn't saying that you can't make a big move up here and then break out. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is compare this to this. They're completely different, and this is a bullish chart compared to that. And most charts look like this. Again, Pepe, bullish chart. Bullish chart. Expect bullish things with a bullish chart. I just need to put these things across because some people are new to crypto. Some people don't know about technical analysis, and that's fine. You just want to maybe have another opinion. That's fine. So we're just going to have a think about the dominance chart at this point now. So the dominance chart has obviously closed its week quite high. We do have 1-2 drives of bearish divergence on the weekly, regular bearish divergence, which is, this is kind of exciting. I don't want to put false impressions into anyone's head. I don't want to say the word alt season, so I'm just going to say that I don't want to say it. But if we're going to get some altcoin moves, extended moves to outperform Bitcoin, which in some respects is the definition of an alt season, some of the setups and signals that you'd be looking for would be bearish divergence on a higher term time frame as you approach a major resistance. That's all I'm saying. This might be a video for another time, but if you've made it this far onto this video, I might as well congratulate you, because most people don't watch videos all the way through. So let me know if you managed to get to the secret alt season clues at the end. But look, this is a diluted chart now. Obviously there was hardly any altcoins around here as we were sitting around basically 99% dominance for the vast majority of the time. Altcoins came into existence, demolished the Bitcoin dominance chart. Then the first real cycle, I would say, began throughout this bear market into the bull market, and then here we are. Here we are again in a new cycle. And you can see that actually this is like throwing a brick into a pond. The ripples, the volatility, this craziness. We've managed to find some kind of balance now with the amount of altcoins, stable coins that have diluted the market. It has basically calmed this chart down. And there's pros and cons to that. The pros are that it's less volatile, and also that it would respond quite neatly, and it has done as a chart in its own right. And this is a bullish chart, by the way. We can't take that away from it. The cons, if anything, is that because the market's so diluted with stables and alts, is that the volatility on the chart is less, so it gives a false impression that a rejection from here to here, for instance, which is obviously quite a decent move. That's a 10%, almost 11% move from the resistance to the to the golden cross. Sorry, where you would expect continuation anyway. That a 10% move on the dominance chart is not going to be something significant for altcoins. It's not going to be it's not going to feel like this alt season, but it would be okay. You're not going to complain. Maybe look into double your bitcoins, for instance. If it were to work at all, it might not. But if you were to see that, a 10% on the dominance chart these days is probably more like a 30, 40, 50% on the previous alt seasons. It's just because the chart is diluted, so big moves equate to smaller measurements. So yeah, I'm reasonably hopeful that something like this will happen. Might be an appropriate thing to think about as flipping some of those valuable bitcoins into altcoins, just as a little try. I might take a couple of bitcoins out of cold storage and put them into something something less risky, like XRP. I know what it sounds like. It sounds stupid, but I don't think it is. And also, XRP's got an enormous liquidity, so the order books are, they're rampacked. So if I wanted to flip a Bitcoin, it would flip pretty quickly in XRP's order books on Binance or most other exchanges of significance, at least. So anyway, I'm just going to put it to you that we've got the bearish divergence, you've got a resistance, and if you get a rejection from here and if it falls through to full effect, it was a 10% move, which is pretty nice. It's a decent move out there. But if it breaks out further, no big deal. This is where a much bigger, more significant alt season would take place from, and that's where I'd really like to see it go anyway. So like I say, flip some Bitcoin if you wish. And keep quite a lot of your bitcoins held back, obviously just because it holds the value better. But if we do go higher, which I think we will, because this is a bullish chart over time, when we see the big alt season or a big alt season, it's likely to happen from this area. But anyway, let's just recap, because this is meant to be an XRP video. Incoming golden cross, pushing resistance. If we push this resistance and break it, I'll be looking for a top target of 67 cents. Then I'll pull back down into the mid 50s. From there, a V-shaped recovery, and then probably a brand new local high, and maybe even the holy grail, which is a move up and towards the $1.25. This isn't going to happen today, probably won't happen this week, but that's what I'll be looking for. Just to recap, we might be looking at something like this: bang, 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 and then that'll be it. Rah! Not into November, but forget the time aspect, but roughly those sort of targets get hit. Right, I'll leave it with you there. If you want to join the Patreon, there's links in the description below. We do live streams Tuesdays and Fridays, so I'll be doing one tomorrow night. If you're around for that, feel free to join. Other than that, though, I hope you have a nice day, and take it easy.